Samope, Sampa Bietia, Timothy Dienum Kotu, Era One Radio, Samope, Jumpa Bietia, Timothy Dienum Kotu, Era One Radio, and Yumpantuma, Asampantuma.
Good evening, One Radio listeners, and all over the world, whether you're in the US, whether you are in Bermuda Triangle, Australia, Japan, wherever you are, we bring you greetings appropriate to your time slot in your area. I know it's 5:09 here in the United States. It must be 10:09 in Ghana and thereabouts in London. Similar time, 1 hour difference. But whatever it is and wherever you are, One brings you greetings. On behalf of our studio manager, Dr. Sertutu, and the team, we say good evening. All right, tonight we are coming your way again with a program that we have dubbed Health is Worth Protected. If you are healthy, you are worthy, because whatever health you have is what keeps you going. You don't spend too much money buying medications or that. So we have to do all that we can to keep our health in good check. All right, tonight we are looking at healthy elections, the impact of elections on our health. And with me in the studio to help us digest this topic is the one and only Dr. Ernest Opoku-Agyeman. If you want to call in, I do encourage you to do that. It's 240-280-263. 240-280-2633. And if you want to text, it's 510-931-0946. We are broadcasting live right now on Facebook, YouTube, also on Modern Ghana Radio. Let me welcome my co-host, Dr. Ernest Opoku-Agyeman, with any shouts of greetings and whatever, and I will zoom in. Doc, you're welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Boyson.
Any shout outs, any birthdays?
Oh, my greetings to everybody who's listening to us now. And I pray that everybody in Ghana should please listen to this message, because we want to give you a healthy information about the incoming election. So please open your radios and listen to us. The advice that we're going to give you is going to be something that will help you very much to decide on what person you're going to vote for and how to vote it, and after voting, what happens. So these are the things that we want you guys to know. We're going to communicate to you through our local dialect so that you can understand us well. So please, man, shout out to you all.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, the doctor has spoken. And tonight, as I said, we are looking at elections, healthy elections, and the impact they have on our health. And in brief, Dr. Opoku-Agyeman me yebeye kita ho bi hwetwa yebe discuss topic here fa abatwo. So we share and chepi in the US ha ye to yaba majority, as they say, no carries the vote into nyonya ya ne former president Wabada no wasan ba biom Trump on the say wasan ba January 28th e be san so any in nti ya dey ato yaba ye hu ye last December 7 be Ghana for some say bia in the next 15 days or so most mo beto mo aba mo yi whether se be ba omi o se be mahamo na obi fufu so as a shadow te the account na ye nim na so wo hwa abato na den insunsuanso ana say effects ben e wo ye nipadua no so wokoto abo 1 to abo so nipa wi a then how na affect wo health psychologically wo da utumi da and also na obopim say papa we na mami we na aba and say saying and etumi affect wo health nti ano na e be hwe enyimre nti well me san come back to me bro for me say it's been 18 days since the big elections in the USA. For some, the results were expected, while others thought of it as unexpected. Some are happy about the results. Others want to relocate to other countries because they say they don't want to. They haven't prepared for the coming administration, whoever is going to lead the country in the next 4 years. So some want to relocate. All right. So in about 15 days, as I said, the Ghanaian community will also go to the polls to elect a new president. Of course, there are other elections, but the major one that people look to is the presidential one. The story of Ghana has some semblance with that of the USA. The incumbent Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, is up for a challenge with the former president also Mahama. That's the same thing that happens here. Our incumbent Vice President Kamala Harris also stood against the former president John Dramani Mahama. So there is some kind of parallelism there. So whatever it is, we can look at it now. And so tonight we are going to look at how elections affect us. I'm going to start by going to Dr. Opoku-Agyeman and ask him, what do we consider as a healthy election? Somebody say, okay, a healthy election. What does that mean?
Yeah, I think a healthy election is election that would be cast. Votes that would be casted without any trouble, so that the winner wins it without any objection. The person that will be defeated will accept his defeat, and then the country will continue with its programs. So that is the one that we can fully say that is a healthy election. You voted what you want, you got it, no fight, nothing after it.
Well, I believe in the US, if the elections have gone the other way, maybe by now there would be some fights all over the world. But thank God that it went the way it is. So we'll take it as it is.
Nothing would have happened anyway. So our people are the one that we have.
Trust me, this country would have somersaulted if Trump didn't you know that. But we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Because already even before the election, he had mentioned that they were ready to contest the election and then there will be a bloodbath. And of course, all that was being said on the news. We know all that would have happened. And trust me, it would have happened. But thank God, he knows best. He made it happen this way. So no blood will be shared. So we'll take it as it is. All right. So let me ask him, is it necessary to vote?
Of course. Everybody who qualifies to vote should not abstain voting. The person should vote.
Why
the simple reason is that if you don't like anybody and you don't vote, you reduce the quantity of people who are going to vote. So the quantity of people which are going to vote, if the minority that you don't like, the person that you don't like gets a little, he will win. But if you don't like the person, go and vote against him. If you vote against him, you add more to those who are against him, so you get more people to vote against him. But to abstain and say that I am not going to vote is a very deterrent, because if you don't go to vote, the people will vote the people that you don't like to come and rule you.
So what do you say to the group of people? I think there are some religious people who say they don't vote. What do you say to them?
It is wrong. As I'm saying, if the religious people who said they are not going to vote, if they don't like, let's say, if they didn't like Trump, and they have about 1,000 or 2,000 or 5 million votes, if they have added their vote to the vote, Trump wouldn't have won. But because they refused to vote, they opened that gap. They reduced the people who are going to vote against Trump. And then Trump will get a higher number to win the votes. To win the election.
That is convincing. Yeah, and Doc, I can say, why are you saying one to Abano? I don't think it's in the best interest. So now watch him. No, say one to Aba. Omo punipa kuna obi baby sisono. No mano, it reduce inti. Omo pen so to it goes in their favor. Inti say so no my example no man say 1 million support people na vote here. Just so much no man na say opposition to the other person, which means nipa na nkofo kakra bi vote man in the baby ni. Inti so we are qualified that. I mean, so we're the 18. Now you're a citizen now. Which may vote. Who was our qualification? Yeah. Why during the whole kind? Now when you're 18 and above, who you're a citizen now, you have to go and vote. So yeah, the banta Ghana the end who say age limit in the qualification. So when you're say age now, and kaso na me kura me to aba kura enkosi show because so na me vote back up there beden. Oh, the back also want to. We never know next door no. Some more compound house, I want to back us on to. Maybe a TV one to back us on to. Eventually, so if you be no be anto. Now we'll call block and then much one so. On to back us on to eventually the whole community then to. Intika can ever try many pacono. And the baby in to say, O Casa won't to then we say why are we
say dog cry on say one to maybe a uko to ka so to man no we reduce our numbers ni na so so we ya 3 no man to one on say na senka omu nyina politicians will be abenya 30 na say we want to we reduce we dey 3 we do ma dey open as na benya 27 enti dey open as no no nya 30 a o so wa no wa weni aba no yes sir enti no always no you have to go and vote with a vote nipa na open vote out ni en kan we dey en kan ho ya kan wo say mo obi aka so want to the whole country and to aba no obi anto dey open dey empen no ba wen enti no we dey ko na koto to the toma the open obi an konkoto aba no as long as we 18 na utimi we register na utimi to aba na dey ko na koto aba no na twisu nipa or good policies happen no nipa oba bo ama mo nkoso ato aso nipa mo oba obetimi ama oman no ho ahenha no anase obeye madwuma ba na nkofo nya bi adwuma ye anase obehwe nkwala ama nkwala kusko anase obeye rules ama mo anase obesi hospital ama mo na obebo ama oman na koso no no ene sese ukoto aba no ema no ena sa ukoto aba nso a first cry politicians no wasam politicians no and say mo ye mo adwene say mo koto ade no na mo aba no ma bese no so mu ni bibi a mbetimi ayabo akoman na ma mo konko say aba na ye ko omoko akoto no mo modern say mo be ma oman na clearly mo policies mo cheche mo policies ni mu na nkyere community no na mienya sika na ye de me mankofo so mo koto aba no because so what is kama obi so nkoto aba what to nipa kona dwen for the next 5 years in the 5 years no nipa me say what to na dwen ntino no what to aba na ma no akọ wen ntino ka se bia nchen bio so nipa kona sika say ye de be your development no aye di ndi ugidi a o expect bibia o fie obio
we dey account so
sika no de ma no afi na o ye adwuma no a atie free matineka unyamfaso a no de bibra unyamfaso a unya bibio enti ufie anase ukwa anase ya ebese saa kopem tem bia wo mo bia o menya faso bia beka so mba bebo awo
your doc yen share I mean we need share and focus and what I want to dwell on people who have decided by religious reasons not to vote. Is it in the Bible? Or Bible must say me and Tuaba.
So far no me as far as I'm concerned, me nyen baby a Bible say me and Tuaba. So Bible my also first no ahini no government God anointing. So nyame nam the default no anointed leaders no oma be leaders. So he said na Bible instructions, you know, but with time, with infiltration of this kind of challenge, devilish ideas, and the idea of election by
democracy.
About 20 or half from Sabre, we are singing. But as far as I'm concerned, in the Bible, me baby a Bible. Forbid semi and Tuaba, who baby about Bruce and Tuaba. I have not seen that thing.
In your moment, Tuaba, is there any education we can give them to reconsider? And I say, I don't know what is against their tenants. Some people say, "Be a Tuaba now." Oh, some Bushman, and I say, "Oh, you Bushman." I know, say example now, I mean, Obi to say Israel for almost pay a him for to say other countries, neighboring countries, almost pay him. Oh, don't you know? Or directive on Angasa prophets ma or then Udio Monim and copy see a pehini and the Yankobokache Samuel so anointed so and Saul by your first king Israel. And if you want to call David and David to Solomon the Christian by that was a partner that was moving. By the time democracy ebe Simon if you so sad yen to abani yidi anka and a campaign be one and there we will say a hand ebe pie konkrom. But mean kind okay, go ahead. So can be beer.
Also, historically, nanka kingdoms na womo rule communities. So it's na so here na British kingdom na rule British for some cover politics be home. Ko build that 3 houses or 4 houses. Every political institution. but still now no one raccoon the respect to some of the things I'm for the approval from the Queen's house and also the King's house. America for a team of Babeton and one more institute the political system. Over the other countries, no, I'm so sure the history. Kings in Kwana, a rule now or more any BT political organizations, no. But one more was more democratic in the present one. But the only thing with them is the one more was limited to certain particular people in the community. They be our mainstream as kings. And so no na fast how you buy a common political institution so a property. I don't have any background or any history about that. When you look at it, 200 trees, the whole story now, I think that is how it originated.
Oh, okay, all right, thank you. Memin kai findings kitwe bi about why it's necessary to vote. So groups such as the American Medical Association, American Heart Association, and American College of Physicians have endorsed the idea that voting plays a role in health, making voting access something that healthcare professionals should be addressing. Now, researchers describe the process as a kind of loop. Health can affect someone's ability to vote. Voting has a direct effect on public policy. That in turn influences people's health. Into a source near www.heart.org/en. All right. In the okay, sorry, be council between ahead.
Mr. Thank you for the source, because I think I was reading the statement, but my trust our source in the I just picked some questions.
Oh, okay.
A very good source number.
Oh, okay, yeah, because when you say school na acquiring, so who to be information one credit in a plagiarism to be one year so county. Never come heavy and here say the credits amount per qua or yeah, research no brain or the information to okay, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. All right. The answer to our question do the masses understand the voting process? Or they are just hyped by the candidates' manifesto. You know, say, and Kofona Koto Ben say Ghana, and they show you're directing more to Ghana because some number 2 de December 7, you the and we last in the end, the affair so area. And to Mombeton, Omunim at the Kuntia, and so much about and I say, Obin a Bejina Homo Gary Boto, Nenchne, a Tremian Sebiso, Kotumami. Do they actually understand the voting process? Oh, to abet the unipower for so and so years, because there is too much intimidation, there's too much indoctrination, and go for PNT process now. And so, Ubejina de car, yeah, campaign, so you remember my brother, nephew, Yakoto, Nanamo PNT process. So, how do we educate them? What is the understanding of these who go to vote, the electorates?
Yeah, I think so. Election. And I say, you can group them probably into two. One where they understand the election very well. And woman so follow groups no, say groups no and I say parties no follow parties, but because woman relatives be and I say woman friends be and on papa be and on my bush be. And another party, no matter what the party behavior is, no, one follow. So, but one party, no, at the other side, no, party, no, ne plans, and also the manifesto, no, ne be another party, na be paying no moon, nipano, the obey, ne, omotion, careful for none, the motion and to about the decided based on the information. Party manifesto and then one more propagandas name and name normally they can just detect it easily. The other group no there one more affiliates some of them see their partner in panel one more they don't care. Whatever happens they don't care. Which means someone don't know that no one say one more by the more you be say yes and yet more and me pattern na try group into more there one more year fractions. One year so kind of convincing now do it. That those are the people abano to say the person ka it me you know ka ya no Matthias say and yes say okoto aba okoto no depo no akoto aba I say we share 5 years na nipa no betra se
Now 4 years.
abebu man na say 4 years na nipa no betra se abebu man and I say composition of the people na omo sa party no bi na ebi omo aba pen omo ye ma mo na wo ba bi obi betima aye enima sa no na esa wo sese na ugu say enkofo ye to aba ma wo omo boa ye na say omo boa na se wo bi begina wo no ka to se mema wo sika na ye usi ya uji sika no wi a ni se waton wadwene no nyansa nyina dia mani papo ndi waton wadwene no nyansa nyina dia ma no agi sika no ekimpra yi se ade bie ni won na betima pa ko ka tin papo me ye ma ukuru and I said obetimi ayama wo bi se wadi ka di sika me.
Okay, Doc, Edasi, thank you very much for that succinct response. Let me go to this question on, because we are trying to align to the Ghanaian public, I would like to speak English and then translate to Chief so that the people there will also understand. How do the lottery prepare for eventualities of loss or win so that they are not affected emotionally or psychologically? Before you bet no, and Kofon never twaba, it's still an obuabu. Say, Abaya Kotu, a bit to me, aye, ye nipa bet to me, aye, then, Edin Kunimana say, nipa bet to me, Edin Kuko. In terms of health, and since we are discussing health, you know, and then Kwan or Mofaso, a people who say, oh, say, we win and I will lose. Say, na, my bomb brand, I say, about affecting me this way, and I said that way, and I am family home. Because one prepare artist, I'll call a soccer, I'll call football. Now, person winning. Oh, so when we near it affects you. Even supporters no crowd. Yeah, now first, thank you. Supporting blasters. You see, I put their cancers that you supporting blaster you because so you're quite no broken heart. That's here. AFCON come to qualify broken heart. And I GFA chairman about apologizing. Into who I supporting, I will support them. Oh, share game now. Why do you so be a person optimistic? Go be an or call back so oh wait there. I mean US in the fans say team mempo. Argentina bupwa. Sometimes I feel Argentina was better team. I mean, who Messi was team now? Of course, and dangerous when we say yeah, US, but still me American into there. And some support them. Into who lose what psychological fact. One class I done when people fans are match now. Yeah, we are about who to me for us or Kotochini. Into Kofana vote to Aban. How do they prepare themselves, or how can we help them to prepare themselves emotionally? Because we hear US had here now. Yeah, about 5th November. No, now before the election, no, because of Democrats formal campaign year, no, I mean celebrities now. No BFE sir, I did the answer. Kamala Befa. Until the results I say about us, I did Achia. And to our Democrats who so Charlie this time there's another papa we or can say who were here for they'll be but the bar they're different, you know. For some people right now, still I'm going to agree with me. Sure, say when you go focus up, we have still our muyari. So I didn't send their coin. I'm going. I be muda. Obit me da oboprima. Or so I know oboprima ni mashi. Hey, and to Ghana for cost 7 December. How do we educate them, or what do we have to say to help them to prepare themselves psychologically? Say, "Bao me bet me afa." Mama bet me afa. Me put the anka me think a third pass be a winnie. Na Ghana for kushifona mama fake prophecies in yan and form ko. So what do you have to say?
Okay, let me put this thing straight. Whatever happens now, if each party wins now, there's that kind of emotional stress that will appear to those losers. The emotional stress, whatever happens.
I mean, each party cannot win. One party has to win.
Yeah, what I'm saying, if a party wins, the opposition will be stressful. And psychologically, he will be impaired. So, into what is very important now, so you have to prepare your mind. Say, you can either lose or game.
Okay.
If you prepare your mind, say, after all, it's a game. If I don't lose, I win. If I don't win, I lose. Then you keep yourself from any deterioration that will come after it. On the other hand, if you make your mind that, oh, we are going to win, and you are very optimistic and you feel, then you're going to have a very strong impact on you. Because election, it is not you alone who's going to vote. It is a lot of people with different views, different backgrounds, different knowledge, and all kinds of caribous are going to vote over there. And when you go there to vote, you have casted your vote. You casted your vote with a reference that you're going to win. What about the person who's against you? So you prepare your mind against both things. If you prepare your mind against both things and you happen to win, thank God. If you fail to win, then you thank your God and go and have some ankatikwan, eat the ankatikwan and have a good sleep. The next morning you have to come with good appearance so that people will not know that you lost. You are affected by losing the election. So I think that is the way you can do. You have to prepare yourself before you go to vote. That's all that you have to do.
Well, I think election, I mean, before I better about the crown. So we'll be all peckers up and call for who be a stand at war. Even who say, yeah, who about Baumia side and I say, oh, Mahama side and now, Kamala Harris side and I say Trump side. In call for no dim comono. Ube recent him, Madame Ube Strami Figana or your Trump supporter, Bruta. So, wow.
And also your Trump supporter.
Me come as a more, me come as a bia. Me come as a more. But okay, into question here share how Uncle for some relate eventually it's how much man can predict now almost psyche towards it. And now after what you about, I mean after December 7th, no, then I acquire 2 days and find by 9th because I say no, yeah, Tuesday and by Wednesday we are not Trump and 300 and whatever electoral votes to more than the 270 no here. So by Wednesday we are no idea on the president. In terms of Ghana, almost to the 7th. Say ne kind of they check by 90 the bed. Near whom we say yeah, Baumio, say Mahama, say Chadao, say yeah, Nekaka Huninya, who know. And ya to abanebi me hun pakwa owinian. Now health wise no, how do you acclimatize, position yourself so nipa when a win here on your candidate? How do I prepare as a maiden for the next 4 years? No, how am I going to respond? Because I had in the US, no, being in the military, whoever wins is your commander in chief. Whoever I'm a president or I'm a commander in chief, whether I like him or I don't like him, or I'm a president. In Ghana, for instance, how do you psych yourself, emotionally balance yourself? You stay healthy. Sad and traumatize. I'll bet me stay healthy until say 4 years. No, although it's difficult. I mean, 4 years is not a joke. So we'll say, I did win. Nipa we are 4 years. 4 years. It's traumatizing. So how do you psych yourself health-wise to be able to withstand all the pressures and the stress and the tension of seeing that person in power to say, Obichem? So now, why you know, won't go crazy.
Oh, said dog, I never want a woman a man for go crazy, sir. It be a Juma warrior, na government we ban up a son no unity. Okay. Now, a coffee on the honey publisher or not any year.
True.
That is the most stressful part of it.
That is true.
But when they leave all this independent, say me one more year demand the I mean the one more cut you say the man. Any pan of quiet to about he will not be any. I mean, if you take him or her a few days, be not overcome the stresses and anxiety, psychological, not feeling support. But the impact never been that kind of changes now. Every system. And I trust me, one more. I strongly want Obia Tias say, yeah, Nipa Baku and obeying leadership. And yet, more than Nipa Minu. And you know, your wife going to say, one of them is going to win.
That's true.
But I couldn't win here. I said, Prof, now we can. But I couldn't win here. He becomes your commander in chief. And you know, Mungina, you have to be united and support the person for the next 4 years now. Better so. There men who are Ghana a big mistake there. The person say if I had the power, I would probably talk about it and say, I think that the government, the country should sit down and formulate a committee to prepare the national agenda for the parties, each party that comes to power to follow that agenda.
Okay.
If proposal and I say memorandum de beba say one person we median am there which median am there na I want to go by it. They be and the country will be in debt. The why I say the country will be in debt. So we ba na obayene de no we are we ba on to us. On super status we any day. In the be and the country will be in debt. Now say if we have the national policy yeah, any party no bia na de buy na ye national committee no na asselect say when na yes person mo ba mo ye, then we have a measure for them. Into uba na de obetima ye dro bia no sika bia obe use wo ho bia no, you be accountable for it. Into no se uba na wa nwie na the next party na oba no obeto aso a sika na wo de yes wo de ye wo de start wo de be kan no de ato aso no de wi sankoba sa na se we obi aba na agenda ba we ba na agenda ba dia enye Ghana will be a poor country, will continue to be poor. You better your resources ni na amebedu ba bi kra na enye bi kra na edidi. This is something that I have studied since 1960. And Nkrumah project away no, when the FIFA government came, they did not continue it. When the FIFA government started Kakrebi, Bushia government best started. When the PNP government came, he did not continue it. When a champion came, a champion started a new thing. He left MPP near the then Progress Party, the also and touch it. Since Aminoka say, yeah, well, maybe one of Nkrumah started here many years ago. It's still there. They have not even finished it. Buzia they have not finished it. A champion they also they have not finished it. PNP Leman started a small few things. Be honestly there, they have not even completed it. Before by any year, as of now, I'm talking. They have not completed all. And Tamers they be also has here. There are some that is not completed yet. And Kufuadu so Mahaman so by any day not all of them were completed. And Kufuadu so started for Fubia also JB Wapo. And all these things that you can and then we have been servicing this debt since that time. The country's debt is rising geometrically. Because and I say the Council of State, I'm voting for the Council of State to prepare the proposal, the developmental proposal for the country. Now we just say what by the Constitution should want you to do this work.
Yeah, complete it.
Do it from this thing. And the one man you do time now when we know say this is where we are now. Sika yes next person Obama. Sika na he has to continue it. If we do this, we develop. If we don't do this, we are not going to develop. We will mark time over there for the rest of the life of the country. And we depend on loans every day. And you know that when we get the loans to a certain point, nobody will give you loans again. So the country's economy will collapse. So this is something that we have to sit back and think about it.
Doc, you rightly said it's very well said because there is lack of continuity in our governmental system. Like we rightly said, Nkrumah started the project. The incoming governments said, okay, this is bull crap. We will not continue. We'll come with our own agenda. They started, don't finish. And I hear there's a project like this, a Gleme housing project that could have been finished for people to move in and occupy that building, but the government that came after, they didn't do it. So that continuity is very important. The only caveat I'm going to add is sometimes, let's say if you come up with some policies, the previous government comes with a policy that the incoming doesn't want, that's a different thing. But once it's been voted upon or passed through parliament and they've agreed to continue, then it's something that the nation should look at. Again, you said it rightly. Loans have been, collected to finish these projects, and they don't. And whoever comes behind them, the successors don't do it. So predecessors' work goes to waste. Anyway, let's take a quick break, 30 seconds break, and then we'll come back and continue. Stay tuned.
Timothy non kotu era one radio. Timothy non kotu era one radio. And you pamtua. Asam pamtua. The gratumtua. Era one. Lebo yung pamtua.
Flamingo Herbal Tea by Glucosecare International is a nutritious drink and a natural blood glucose reducer. Gymnema plant, the active ingredient in the Flamingo Herbal Tea, suppresses the absorption of carbohydrate ingested from your diet. The green tea content in the Flamingo Herbal Tea promotes rejuvenation of dead cells, detoxification of your system, stimulates the pancreas to release insulin, and improves metabolism. Drinking 1 sachet of Flamingo Herbal Tea after meals prevents the rise in blood sugar levels, suppresses appetite, and improves bowel movement. Drinking Flamingo Herbal Tea regularly after meals can also prevent type 2 diabetes. We encourage you to drink Flamingo Herbal Tea 3 times in a day, coupled with mild exercises to maximize its benefits. Flamingo Herbal Tea has been approved by the FDA. Toxicity test conducted by SGS, so it is safe and non-toxic. A product of Singapore. With Flamingo Herbal Tea, your peace of mind is guaranteed. Call Ashok now on 0245 810 623 and set your path to good health.
All right, we are still on Era One Radio. We are broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and also on Modern Ghana Radio. Tonight it's Dr. Ernest Opoku Agyeman, myself here, being the moderator, trying to bring this thing together. All right, so before the break, we just looked at the question concerning the electorate, whether the lose or win should be anticipated, and how we psychologically psych ourselves in the event of a win or loss. And then after that, what do we do when we have whether our candidates or not our opponents in position? All right, Doc, this axiom has been put several times when it comes to politicians. They say politics is a dirty game. Why is politics a dirty game?
Because they don't tell the truth about what they are going to do. So simple. I see they use, you see, most of the time they use propaganda for most of their campaigns. And then the propagandists never touch the actual truth of what they have. So they will tell you today one thing and the next day they are doing another thing. So it makes it more dirty.
All right, that was a short answer to it, short and precise. All right, let me see whether this applies to Ghanaian economy, whether this is true or it's applicable in Ghana. There was a study that was done in 2015. Again, this is from the www.heart.org study that was done in 2015. It was published in the Journal of Health Politics, Policy and Law, which looked at data from 8 states in the United States, that's USA, election, and found that people with cancer were more likely to vote than their peers without cancer. I have to go to the full study and look at it. Whereas people with heart disease were less likely to vote than those without heart problems. Is that true? I mean, well, it's a study anyway, but would this be applicable to the Ghanaian community? Somebody voting with cancer and all that.
It is very difficult for me to determine the outcome of this, but I believe
Red Heart +233 59
Samupe, Sampa Bietia, Chimafidi non kotu, Era One Radio. Samupe, Jumpa Bietia, Chimafidi non kotu, Era One Radio. Oh, and you Pantima, Chintu, Asam Pantima. Era One,
hello, beautiful people of Ghana. This is Banahime Specialist Hospital. We are so excited to announce to our people Ghana that we are finally opened and we are accepting patients. At Banahime Specialist Hospital, our extraordinary physicians and nurses are here to provide a high-quality medical service to our extraordinary patients. Our services include primary care services, maternal, neonatal, and pediatric services. We also have an in-house pharmacy. We have x-ray and laboratory services available to you. Come to us for all your healthcare needs, and you will be happy you did, because we believe that health is wealth. Thank you, and stay blessed.
All right, I think we must have had a caller calling into the program, so that was a little glitch. But anyway, Doc, you were answering the question, I think, on the dirtiness of politics as a game.
Yeah, I think so, Doc. There's something that we also have to look at it here. The electors are convinced by either money or some kind of little wealth to change their mind to vote for somebody who probably must not qualify to be the leader. So at the end of the day, the whole community who voted the person out may regret doing that. But then they cannot change their mind because they have already voted. So it makes it a little bit dirty there. They don't allow the people to use their own wisdom to think and decide who is the best fit to be the president. This is something that has caused a lot of countries, and it's been probably causing our country in Ghana. And you know, the electorate should not take. You can take the money if they give you, take it, but think about your vote. If you took the money and you don't vote for that person, nothing will happen to you.
But wouldn't that also be unethical?
It's unethical, but he gave you the money. Take it. If you take it, next time when it comes to the election and he's looking for people, he won't give money anymore.
Obi a come to Nigeria go back you.
That's what you have to do, because he or increase nipa kon or bribe also against the constitution in the country. Into sa nipa kon or bribe na se osekoto abama no se what the oma bribe dia na wuji bribe na okoye president na bribe se bribe won't mean twemu meboa, because he cultivated the bribery right in the community before he gained the power to the presidency. And to be a member of don't vote for the person because or a bribery person.
No, Officer Wunja, isn't there anywhere Ubaka is can mean cry because in person met to a man.
One year, don't come before. What a Ginadi, now Ginadi, for what going to Aban, and yes, you cannot demand a good answer to Aban. That would tell the politician, say, Sikana or Modian, say, Abansi Kabi no Maji, as a Comdeco Juma baby. And I'm finding no Mosabe Yediabesa a Jumana. Next time, no, Omunya Bansi can on back or Yedmano, Omofan bribe. Then they wait on the conscience of the people.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, let's look at looking at the personality and policy. Personality and policy. Let's say Obi Subai Awum, the lifestyle in Yamoye. So it's the person's morality, the kind of lifestyle the person leads, versus what the person says he will come and do. Do we look at the person's lifestyle and say, okay, we are immoral, and because of that, no, I'll not vote for you? Or people go beyond the person's lifestyle and listen to the policies he wants to take and go ahead and vote for the person. Case in point, we all know about former President Trump. We name the court cases, the indictments, But the results of the election, as I said, people said, okay, you know what, irrespective of his lifestyle, and then should the electorate look or consider such issue before they vote and answer and fire home?
Well, also you are talking about literate community like America, where we have a huge amount of people who are literate. And conservatism.
Okay.
They don't want to change it and they don't want to amend it. And if you are dealing with a conservative person conservative person will only look at what he wants. If you talk about what he wants, no matter who you are, he will vote for you. And that is one thing. But when you look at our election here, possibly there were three groups of people. There were conservatism, the reserves, and those who were also using their academic understanding on what is happening in the country. And those conservatives, who saw said this man is going to do what we want, they all voted for him without any excuse. And there are some people in the reserve people now, and as a member say, the bourgeoisie, those in the middle group, and also who says, he says he will make a job to do. Their decision is just like what they think they will get from it, so they will also vote for that person. But the academicians are the people who actually make a winning thing. They may decide, they are looking at various points categorically, and they look at what the person can do, and they assess him based on his all in all to make sure that holistically, this person, when you vote him, he can do this thing for us. Maybe there were the people also who also chose to vote for the one that they voted to. But this one, I believe, said he won through the conservative power.
And so, we'll extend. Thank you. If you extend the same thing to the Ghanaian parallelism, if you look at Bawumia and Dr. Mahama, some people are saying, okay, Mahama came the first time, he didn't do what they were expecting. Some to say he came, he did a lot, and he even put up Terminal 3 airport and all that stuff. And some are saying that, Mahama there, or Pemba, or discussion ma, now obi mo reason na mo ntoma no. Now we Bawumia side so, Bawumia fine gentleman, and mom of North, say omu yusu we ni teni. If you are educating the literates or the illiterates, what do you want them to look beyond to be able to vote for? Should it be just the policies, or what else do they look for?
I think, sir, let me just go back to our language so that when they are listening, they will hear it well. Their mechanism, this election, you don't need
okay.
That is one thing. So the morals, the suban so your cash subanya, it does not engulf or dress a kama or hands with Timmy Kasakama, there be Nipano send a not genicity. Say you see who a nipa who or mufa. Any a choir or a brew nipa. Now again, so okay, brew, so it doesn't necessarily mean say what respecting. It brings how you see around the human beings, the development, the choir, woman, and Mobi are betting ayo de apua woman nipa come out. That means that you see the person holistically. And now, the community woman as part of it, a society no team as part of it. And nipa sa no na unhia se ye hwe no ne di edwumadi bi hye ne nsa so won. Enya ne odena no ka, nenso waka bi wanti manyo. So any say obi o no ma na oye sound or respect obia or respect both sex or respect both tribes onye obia okeka nipa tribum. So onye obia oye divide and rule. So in a country where there's somebody like excuse me to say former President Rory say no you divide and rule. So divide and rule be a problem in my country. Into divide and rule, and yet a boa country development. Did there be a any tribalistic tendencies in the Basel? But here again, as I say, I look constructively because you were again, as you asked me, you were educated people, you were conservatives, and you were followers, no so on. The say now, already no, followers needed or make you understand say we are never to come on. The conservatives no any educated people no a big probating educated people with my conservative and me it's mingled together. Woman na be decide say okay about the better ma you better na we you have a development, you have an educational background, and then in Yama maybe he can help us. We also have a we are you can do that, let's vote for the person. These are the two communities now. Ebema election no aye kama. But those people in the rural communities in the also another group there, they are ruled by what they can get at the time that they are going to vote. Okay. They decide, okay, we 5 cities near. But this is where it's just a so we take grass no be discover ebro na kotoaba mana what on wadwene ani obusuanu ne mo be nyina for the next 5 years. Until sika no be 10 cities na we did no. And for so about so that time now we discover we are ya kan nyina no nia no bia ka bi.
Okay, yo. Well,
and doc my first back din kan na ubeko so am question bia na bisa. And ade am pese ye nyina ye hu ni say abana mokoto no say peaceful. Because some control banana a children to Quaba, Nipana Mukum Nipa, Nipana Pukum, not be woo. Some Mukum Nipanina, when you'll be a rule, not a banana cotton Trampaswamas. Engineer Sao Cotraba now did he say, so what will you shoot? Never quack or contoqua could prepare one. Well, quack or contoquano. One now call your president. You are not the one. Well, Cocontoquano, one I call your MP. You are not the one. Well, Cocontoquano. You probably will name one. Whatever no their name will be. And you don't let any of these politicians use you as an instrument to fight. And will be you so because Ukraina Kotifia, you are going to be responsible for your family. And yet only a banner one more scrappers for 4 years. Nana Bani free swap. You train I can have a chance as this one. The point first did a wasn't. One year, if you can now, no one sell ma and moving a took or trouble. Without 2 years now, no book, you know, near the baby done a pen cut a baby, and I saw pen crack ready. No more new. We say, I buy you a baby, or the sister or your mom coming to me, no petition or by your mom.
Amen, amen. All right, so my last question, actually, may last but one, but last question, I'm so one answer. My minister, we to share US are Democrats and Republicans. Almost our 2 parties, no, and for Tuaba on a major level. I mean, it's very difficult to get an independent. Either it's Democrats or Republicans. Again, now, sure, MPP and NDC will be between at Tuaba and another party, candidate from another party, every win election. Is it possible?
You're not mature to that level. You're not mature to that level because the country is dissected into 2. Either MPP or NDC. Even those party or my emerging, most of them emerge from either NDC or MPP. And you know, more followers, few people been about 12 but to the sense that we input 20% of the vote, is unlikely.
And the other normal someone try say try other parties because they're also human beings who are vying. That is my being so fixated on MPP, NDC when maybe somebody like Shada from another party or another candidate are equally qualified. Why are we so fixated only these 2? Your time now to interrupt. We have an empon. Yeah, I'm saying.
The year coming and say Mokotuaba, Abana Ghana for Mokotono. More candidates bear 10 and I'm Mokotuama. Near Mokotuama and Kotuman. Then when you say, who call as an individual into a 1 vote, who vote to man the opposite vote to man, who we are Kufi. So person gyina hwa ye kom na hwe ne ekoso bia e ma obunfu obi enkobo obi atwede enkodi obi atem ho because so to abande obenwene no lidi na okwonwene a eko eso ho no na akoye president a wo outie kura so nya kwan ko kurada for almost the 4 years now obetena because unhunu kura bi enti waba akoto no be sensible, be wise, and then vote wisely. And to be about don't stay there. Protect yourself because your health is your worth.
That's true.
You need to protect it. So one protect your health, no be born name, Obanas will be to be born nowhere. Family, and then we hear and now ukunu, and now ma, and now papa, and now you've lost him forever. At the more war, the man you are not going to get it anymore. And to be healthy in that community, avoid any fight, any argument related to sa abana mokoto no. Wait ma tremu fi adimochinyi kakra. We are not going to bumu didi. Nemo manya wa bi ni se ukokontokwa e wo fi ono. Finally, se mokontokwa na kunkum ene awudie bemu a. Monka hu se it's against the public health rule. Pisa mu kunkum ho no e de ohaw bebra o man no e de ohaw bebra man na wadwene yourself to fie mfa ho bero fa ho because obi a wo wiase babia so kun nipa ba ko fa ka obi a nti no ese parties no mu training mu nkofo no in a good manner say wo koye inspectors e wo voting sections no they will stay there quietly count make sure that after the counting they close their books and go home peacefully. Any shout or any victory, any kind of noise in that area should be limited. So the beya enkofa yeni bia mre ubia o man mu. Na ya to aba na wi asomdwe mu. Na yenye nipa mo amokoto aba mo penkofo be wu o mu. Enti no mo nye nipa na ko wu o mu. Na se mo kokunkum wo mu na wi a it is going to be very hard to get somebody to rule. Mra na mo hwehwe no ne kwa mo kunkum mo wi wan be kwa hwehwe mra ma no. Now, so cry one aqua didn't so into quattros aban. A who be here pass a mobile. And Tina say a health issue until you're discussing your mamu and Matias here. Yaka be biafa and batron, Yaka be biafa, more mocotrabano, Yaka be biafa, or more ecotraba, compass on trouble. Then the Sram said, gun fights and insult or abuses should be totally out of the electoral area. Montrabana come up. And so no money president. We president no more you are a corner. I may add my consumer money. Now, Mujisicana, or you be no court. Now, baby, I'll tell you, yeah, wash it, yeah. A ya walk and walk cautious are trouble. This kind of trouble. Would you let this kind of dinner or trouble? This kind of do trouble will be or this kind of what? I guess a walk build a friends a bribery right from your village. The original D one trouble, what kill it bribery. Na asetana ye penigana say yi brabo from na atwa so atenase. In the dog in summary that is what I can tell our Ghanaians.
All right, thank you very much, Doc. Exactly in 2 weeks' time today, Saturday, 7 December, I believe, the people of Ghana are going to vote. They're going to elect their next president and parliamentary candidates and all that. We are asking, as the doctor has said, please vote if you are qualified. And when you vote, just go home and wait for the results to be released or whatever. Whoever becomes your president, whether you like him or not, for the sake of your own health, acclimatize, accustom your mind to it, and live peacefully for the next year until the next election comes. Well, until we come your way again next week, stay blessed. Go and vote nicely. We have voted already. We know our last. We know who is going to be the president beginning January 20th. So we have psyched up our mind to live through it, whatever it's going to be. Will be. Doc, thank you again. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye. Bye.
They are 4 women. They are beautiful with brains. They are eloquent, decent, wise, and experienced. You have heard many, the funny. Now, it's time to hear the experience and the brainy. Meet Selena, Dorcas, Gifty, and Annette as they present the real in common getting. In common BISS chain, the dead, as in Takrenu assume the dead, the real in common getting. Showing live this and every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Era One Radio on Facebook and on YouTube, Era One Radio and our Taibo channel. Kaise, so we see the real in common kitting kitia. What brabon tete? We nyan konkonsa. We the real in common kitting kitty.
Sampa bietia Chimafidi non kotu Era One Radio Samupe Jumpa bietia Chimafidi non kotu Era One Radio